Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Vintage versus Modern debate. My name is Toastmaster Madhura, and with me is Toastmaster Ketan and Toastmaster Rishabh. And today we'll be debating on vintage versus modern music. Here we have Toastmaster Ketan, who will be representing the vintage music, that is Kishorda, and Toastmaster Rishabh, who will be representing the modern music, that is Yo-Yo Honey Singh. So let's jump into the debate. I'll request Toastmaster Ketan to pose his first question to Toastmaster Rishabh.
Thank you, moderator. And I would like to start by asking my learned friend, Toastmaster Rishabh. I would like to thank him for his article and for his views on singer Yo-Yo Honey Singh. In his document, what he submitted, he said, "Ask 20-year-old urban Indians." So my question to Toastmaster Rishabh is, what is the population of India living in in urban cities or urban areas versus rural areas? And based on that, if he still feels that Yo-Yo Honey Singh is the go-to singer for this particular generation, I would really beg to differ with him, because if you see, more than 70% of the population lives in rural areas, and I'm sure that not 8 out of 10 would give that Yo-Yo Honey Singh is their favorite singer. And can he sing songs from different genres, which will enthrall the appetite and the taste of the entire 8 out of 10 human Indian population? Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ketan. While your question is valid, I am sorry to say that it is a little flawed in my opinion. So, although I did mention that ask any 20-year-old urban Indian, I had a very specific reason for mentioning this urban term. We as humans, we like to ape each other, and this aping takes a whole new dimension when it is rural India always wants to look at what the urban India is listening to, what the urban India is watching, what the urban India is eating, and then try to either copy them or try to have some similar tastes. With this in mind, yes, I firmly believe that Honey Singh or some Indian artist would certainly feature in any urban Indian and consequently a rural Indian's playlist. If you have a look at the article, I have not mentioned that Honey Singh would feature. I have mentioned that it would be some Indian artist, and the reason for that would be Honey Singh and his role in the resurgence of Indian music, popular Indian music. So yes, I do believe that rural India also listens to artists like Honey Singh. In fact, if you look at rural Punjab and other regions in the north, you would be surprised to know that Honey Singh has a godlike stature there. And that is one of the key reasons why a lot of young artists or a lot of budding artists from rural India aspire to be like Honey Singh and also end up emulating him and even surpassing him. So artists like Badshah, Raftar have all been people who belong to the next generation of Honey Singh, who have looked up to him and who have come from rural India. However, they probably were aping the urban Indian in listening to Honey Singh and artists like them. Now, the second part of your question, can Honey Singh sing different genres like your favorite singer Kishore Kumar? He doesn't need to. If you compare India, that was 40 years ago or 50 years ago, when Kishore Kumar was the rage and Kishore Kumar was the in thing, there were very few artists, Indians, we have a to be singing different genres. You have artists who are better at a particular genre that you want Kumar to make and Kishore Kumar.
Toastmaster Rishabh, I would request you to pose your first question to Toastmaster Ketan.
Thank you, moderator. So the question that I have for my fellow participant is that we have had many great singers before Kishore Kumar in the past, like KL and people like him, who Kishore Kumar will also be forgotten and become alien in the next 10 to 15 years because of the plethora of genres that we have for consumption and the various artists, one genre like Bollywood music anymore. So do you think Kishore Kumar will be forgotten? And if not, if you disagree, why do you think so?
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Rishabh. That was a very good question. So, if you see Kishore Kumar or other Indian artists like KL Saigal, Mohammad Rafi, Mukesh, and here I'm specifically going to refer to Kishore Kumar, is that they have sung some melodious songs which are liked by generations after generations. Even when I was born and when I started to understand music, by that time Kishore Kumar was already past his prime. However, his songs or Mohammad Rafi's songs are still listened to by audience all over the world, not only Indians living in India or the Indian diaspora living which is spread all across the world, but also by citizens or people who are not Hindi speaking by their mother tongue. So even other countries or people from other countries are listening to songs from Indian singers and specifically Kishore Da. And I don't think that these will be ever forgotten over a period of time because of the way the songs are available on the net or in the form of different music apps by which people can still hear to these songs over and over again. And whether it is today or even 10 years down the line compared to other artists all over the world, this will always be heard by generations to come. That's all from my side.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ketan. Now I request you to pose your second question to Toastmaster Rishabh.
Okay, fine. Just give me a minute. So, Toastmaster Rishabh, in your article you mentioned that Honey Singh or Yo-Yo Honey Singh was trained formally from Trinity College London, the best music school. And unlike some yesteryear singers who would rely on raw talent to deliver a hit. So I would like to ask that arts, unlike science, is that something where you can, if you don't have talent, can you get how much ever training you want, and then will it, if you don't have the talent, will it that appeal to the masses, be it singing, be it dancing, or be it fine arts like social drawing, sketching, etc.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ketan, for that question. I do believe, I do agree with you in that way that talent is not limited to just formal training and all those things. But when we speak about art, there are two elements to it. There is the art part of it, and then there is the craft part of it. Art is something that is natural and comes from within. So while yes, you can get away without training if you are really passionate about it or if you work hard and all those things, but you need to have a very, very solid foundation. So if you look at music, music is not random. Music has a method to it. Music has a science. There is a reason why there are only 7 notes and not 70 notes. So basics like these need to be understood when you create music, because when you create music, you're not creating music only for yourself. Like you said, it has to have a mass appeal. So in order to have that mass appeal, you need to understand the fundamentals that go into the creation of music, and you also need to understand consumer psyche. You need to understand how the music is going to be perceived by your audience, and then accordingly reverse engineer and prepare the music that would suit everyone's taste. And here I believe formal education plays a huge role, and especially when It is from the best institute, the best music institute in the world, Trinity College. It does play a huge role, and we have seen that. So Yo-Yo Honey Singh has had chart busters after chart busters. He's delivered hits after hits. Even though you may not agree to his style of music, or you may not, you as probably a 40-year-old or a 50-year-old may not like his music, but when you talk about mass appeal, he probably surpasses even Kishore Kumar, because his music has the potential, and his music has that impact on the rural India, or as well as on urban India. So this, I believe, is purely because of his combination, a deadly potent combination of formal training as well as his raw talent.
Yes. Toastmaster Rishabh, now I would request you to ask your second and final question of this round.
Thank you, moderator. My second question is actually an extension of the question that was posed by Toastmaster Ketan. So, being untrained, Kishore Kumar had a very, very hollow bass, and he has always relied on acoustics and other antiques like yodeling and probably some mixing that had to be done in the music studio, other than on his pure musical abilities and his musical skills, which makes him an acoustic wonder. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Right. Thank you, Toastmaster Rishabh. So he, I don't think his antics would have made him a mass appeal, or his songs would have led that lilting melody to which generations after generations are listening. Introduced yodeling, was the first in India during his time, is still heard by people again and again. I strongly disagree with you when you say that he just relied on acoustics. See his numbers, whether it is romantic or party songs or soft numbers or songs where people are sad when they listen. He has songs for that genres as well. So if he was just trying to be hollow, he wouldn't have got this appeal uh, across Indians of several generations, and nobody would have heard him. He would have been forgotten by now. So I feel that your question itself is hollow, and it is flawed. That's all from my side.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ketan. Now I would request Toastmaster Rishabh to provide his concluding remarks.
Moderator, you're on mute.
Okay, I'm sorry. Now I would request Toastmaster Rishabh to provide his concluding remarks.
Thank you, moderator. My concluding remarks are very, very simple. Kishore Kumar was a great artist. Kishore Kumar appealed to a lot of people from that generation. But like most things which are old, he is history now. He has no place in today's times, and I believe change is the only constant, and this change is going to happen and is already happening in the form of artists like Honey Singh, who are able to appeal to a large number of people and who are able to also influence a large number of people to pursue their passion when it comes to music, when it comes to other fine arts. And I don't believe that artists like Kishore open for all, be it rural India or urban India. If you compare the views and the likes that probably an old Kishore Kumar song gets as compared to probably a Honey Singh song, the difference is for you to see. The numbers that we are talking speak for themselves, and this is a testament to the fact that artists like Kishore Kumar are probably good for consumption once in a while, but artists like Honey Singh are here to stay. Are here to stay. So yeah, those are my closing remarks.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rishabh. Now I would request Toastmaster Ketan to provide his concluding remarks.
Yes, thank you, Toastmaster Rishabh and Toastmaster Madhura, moderator. So I would like to say that if change is only constant, then maybe 10 years down the line, Yo-Yo Honey Singh will also be forgotten. And so that clearly shows that Yo-Yo Honey Singh is not a singer like Kishore Kumar, number one. Number two, I totally disagree that Honey Singh has a presence pan India. It is probably limited to North India. If you go to any part of South India or Western India or Eastern India, you wouldn't hear songs from Honey Singh. People may play it here and there on YouTube, but that is not followed by the masses. Kishore Kumar won 8 Filmfare Awards for the Best Male Playback Singer, and he holds the record for winning the most Filmfare Awards in that category. Till today, those that records have not been broken. So does that mean if change is only constant and Kishore Kumar is forgotten, then somebody would have broken that record by now? Another thing, he won international acclaim by his song Pal Bhar Ke Liye from the film Johnny Mera Naam, which is sung in 1970, which was used in an episode of The Simpsons titled Kiss Kiss Bang Bangalore, which was the 17th episode in the 17th season, and that is something which has been created recently. Simpsons did not exist 20 years back. The search engine Google showed a special doodle on its Indian homepage for Kishore Kumar on 4th August 2014 for his 85th birthday. If he was forgotten, Google would not have done this special doodle to honor him on his 85th birthday. This clearly shows that Kishore Kumar's rise to the top of Indian pool of playback singers was an extraordinary feat, and he could achieve this by his raw talent, and even if he did not have formal training, he actually practiced for hours, due to which he could sing songs for different genres, and this music is going to be melodious for years and decades to come, and for generation of Indians and people all over the world. Thank you, and that is all from my side.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ketan and Toastmaster Rishabh. We officially conclude the debate. And thank you so much for your presence for this debate and introducing to us this exciting debate about Kishore Kumar versus Honey Singh, which the topic's interest in itself was so interesting, and your debate actually heightened the fascination of it. So thank you so much for your participation.
Okay, thank
Moderator.
you. Thank you.